Hey guys, I'm Kozak, author of dark urban fantasy and contemporary fiction, and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, you are Lieutenant Novelist, and you're going to be learning how to create a NaNoWriMo battle plan from your commander, Captain Kozak. Because of my background in military history, as well as my love of symbolism and metaphors, I thought it would be fun to apply the basics of planning a military mission to preparing for National Novel Writing Month. Alright, Lieutenant, prepare to copy. Step number 1 is to conduct reconnaissance. You've already received your mission, which is to write 50,000 words in the month of November, or whatever other goal you've decided to work on. So the first thing you want to do before you start actually creating your plan is to collect intelligence that's going to help steer your plan in the right direction. For National Novel Writing Month, this really gets down to figuring out what your schedule is going to look like for November. For example, people that live in the United States, like me, have to plan around Thanksgiving. That's a time of year where you spend a lot of time with your family, and that can take away from your writing time. In addition, many of us have a job outside of writing, so we have to be aware of what our work schedule is going to look like and be able to plan our writing sessions around that. There are also many personal circumstances that are going to affect your plan. For example, my sister is coming to visit the beginning of the month, so I'm really going to have to work that into my plan, otherwise I'm going to fall behind. Another part of conducting reconnaissance is getting all your materials ready. If you're writing science fiction or fantasy, you probably have a world-building Bible that you'll want to have on hand for while you write so that it's easy to reference. Any notebooks, outlines, or note cards that you use to plot your novel, you'll probably want on hand as well. Basically, any material that's going to help you progress in your story is going to be very important to gather during the reconnaissance phase. Step number 2 is planning your primary route. So now that you have all of your intelligence, you've conducted reconnaissance, it's time to actually create your primary route to your mission. For many of us, the primary route is going to be very straightforward. Write 1,667 words every day during the month of November. But for those of you like me who already know there are snags along the way in November, you can tailor your plan and your word count goals for each day based on that. So for example, if I know I'm probably not going to be able to write the full 1,667 words a couple days in the month, I can add parts of that word count to different days to catch up with that. Basically, think of your primary route as best case scenario if everything goes according to plan. If it's helpful, you can create a calendar with your daily word count goals on it so that you can keep track of that throughout the month. Step number 3, create a secondary route. You never go into battle with only one plan. You always need a plan B. Your secondary plan can be as simple as knowing that things might come up in November that you couldn't plan for, and so basically you need to be prepared to adapt to whatever happens. Because guess what? You're not a fortune teller. You can plan and plan and plan, but I guarantee November isn't going to go perfectly like you wanted it to. An example of what your secondary plan could be is if one day for some reason something came up and you couldn't get any writing done, or maybe you just got half of it done, have a plan in place for how you're going to add that extra word count to other days during the month. It doesn't have to be too complicated, of course, but it's a good idea to just be ready for it when it comes so that when something does happen and you get thrown off your original plan, you don't freak out, get sad, and give up. That is the opposite of what we want. We want you to feel victorious and successful and happy at the end of November. Step number 4 is to select rally points. In military operations, a rally point is basically just an area where everyone would go gather up if something were to happen and people were to get separated during a battle. So to apply this to your writing, your rally point can just be a place to escape if things aren't going right, you need to get out of the house, whatever. It's a place for you to go and recuperate and recollect your thoughts. So as an example, for me personally as a stay-at-home mom, sometimes I get really sick of being in the house all day and I get kind of depressed. So one of my favorite rally points is the local library, because they have a playroom for kids that has a lot of toys that my daughter loves, and I can go there and kind of unwind, see some different scenery, get some reading done, get some writing done, whatever I have to do. Another thing I like to do, and please don't laugh, is I like to just go walk around my local Walmart just so I can stretch my legs. My daughter's distracted because she likes looking at all the different merchandise, and I'm out of the house. For you, your rally point might be the local coffee shop, a park, your university library, a random classroom, Wherever it is, make sure you identify your rally points so that you can escape to them when you need to. Step number 5 is to be prepared to call in backup. Sometimes when you go into a military operation, crap hits the fan and you need help. If you're a mom like me, you might need somebody to come take your daughter so you don't lose your mind. If you're in college and you have roommates, maybe you need your roommate to go take you out for ice cream or something. The fact that you're watching this video right now means that you're already part of an amazing writing community here on AuthorTube. You can reach out to any of your favorite creators for inspiration, motivation, and maybe even just to vent. Everybody needs to vent sometimes. You should never be ashamed to reach out to other people to ask for help, because we're all human and we just can't do things all by ourselves all the time. You are so distracting and cute. Okay, go away. Step number 6 is to gather supplies. I think many writers call this their NaNoWriMo survival kit. The basic gist of it is it's everything you need to keep you sane through the month of November. It's also anything that can inspire you or get you in the writing mindset. For me personally, I write better and concentrate better when I have anything mint related. So I love peppermint herbal tea and mint gum. I try not to snack because I'm supposed to be on a diet, but I'm making a special exception for November. One of my favorite snacks are these little cookies that I always tell myself that I'm buying for my daughter, but then I eat instead because I'm basically a human vacuum cleaner. I love food. Here's a little known secret. I only work out so that I can eat more food. Some other things that I've heard writers mention are essential oil blends. I have a couple. I've never really used them. They're from my mom, but I'm going to give them a shot this month. And then people love candles. I don't have any to show you because I need to buy new ones because I keep using up all my candles. I don't have a problem. Besides all these little treats and trinkets that can help you get in the writing mode, it's also great to have a writing area that makes you feel calm and focused and able to really get into your writing. If you don't currently have the luxury of having a designated writing area with a nice desk, good lighting, and all that, just create the best area you can with what you have. If you need to, you can always go to the library, a bookstore, a coffee shop, wherever you feel comfortable writing. Obviously, there's so many other things that can help, so if there's something that works for you, be sure to share it down in the comments below. So number 7, which I honestly think is the most important, is creating an egress route. Egress route is basically just a fancy term that means where the heck are you going to go if you have to retreat? Obviously, you don't start NaNoWriMo with the intention of failing. Nobody ever starts anything with the intention of failing. But the reality is you wouldn't be nervous about Nano if there wasn't the possibility of failure. I can speak from personal experience as someone who has yet to complete NaNoWriMo. I'm hoping this is going to be my first year. Failure isn't fun, but it definitely happens, so it's important to be prepared for it so that you're not really depressed and hard on yourself if it does happen. An egress route can be something as simple as having a secondary goal. So if at some point in the month you realize you're not going to make 50,000, maybe your secondary goal is 30,000 or 25,000 or whatever you think is realistic for you. If for some reason you got derailed at the beginning of the month, your egress route could be to write 250 or 500 words a day for the rest of the month. Keep in mind that every single word you write during the month of November is another word towards your work in progress or your NaNoWriMo project. Every little bit of writing you do is developing you further and improving you as a writer. So if for some reason you don't reach that 50,000 words at the end of the month or whatever other goal you set for yourself, don't get down on yourself. NaNoWriMo is just supposed to be a fun event for the writer community. It's not a way to compare ourselves to others or to say who's a real writer and who's not. It's literally just a tool to have a little fun and to push yourself further as a writer. Writing is not a contest. Publishing is not a contest. At the end of the day, make sure that you're doing this for the right reasons. Don't compare yourself to others. I know that's so hard and I am guilty of it every single day, but it'll just make you feel sad and a lot of times it won't motivate you. Well, that is all 7 steps to preparing your NaNoWriMo battle plan. I wish you all good luck in November. Good luck with whatever goal you're working on, whether it's NaNoWriMo or something else. What you're doing matters. You matter and you're amazing. I'd like to say thank you for watching this video. If you want to see my NaNoWriMo vlogs throughout the month of November, you can subscribe to my channel. Comment down below with any tips you have for NaNoWriMo that might help other writers. Well, that's it for this video. Have an amazing day and happy writing. Bye!